Why do we say someone is the breadwinner of the family? And why does fresh bread smell so incredibly good? Today, we're going to discover bread's amazing journey through time. This simple food changed human civilization forever. Let me show you how. Think about the last time you smelled fresh bread baking, maybe at a bakery or in your kitchen at home. That warm, comforting smell is universal. People in every country recognize it instantly. We eat bread every single day. Toast for breakfast, sandwiches for lunch, dinner rolls with our meal. Humans consume over 200 million tons of bread each year. But bread is much more than food. It's the foundation of human society itself. Our story begins 14,000 years ago, in the Middle East. Hunter-gatherers in Jordan made an incredible discovery. They found wild wheat and barley growing in fields. These early humans collected the seeds and ground them between stones. They mixed the flour with water to make a simple paste. Then they cooked it on hot rocks. This created the world's first flatbread. It was hard and plain, but it was revolutionary. For the first time, humans could store food for later. They didn't have to hunt and gather every single day. About 10,000 years ago, everything changed in the Fertile Crescent. This area covered modern Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. People there learned to plant wheat seeds deliberately. They stopped wandering and built permanent villages. Agriculture was born, and bread was at the center of it all. These early farmers selected the best wheat plants. Year after year, they made wheat better and easier to grow. This process took thousands of years, but it gave us the wheat we use today. The ancient Egyptians made the next big breakthrough around 3000 BC. Someone left bread dough sitting out too long one day. Wild yeast from the air got into the dough. The dough started bubbling and rising. When they baked it, something magical happened. The bread was soft, light, and fluffy. Leavened bread was discovered by accident. The Egyptians became master bakers. They created over 50 different types of bread. They used bread as payment for workers. The people who built the pyramids received bread as wages. Bread was literally money. But what makes bread so special scientifically? Let's break it down simply. Wheat contains two special proteins called gluten and gliadin. When you mix flour with water and knead it, these proteins connect. They form gluten, which is like a stretchy network. This network traps air bubbles when yeast eats the sugars. The bubbles make bread rise and become fluffy. No other grain does this quite like wheat. That's why wheat bread has dominated human history. Rice and corn don't have the same gluten-forming proteins. Now let's talk about how bread conquered the world. The ancient Greeks took Egyptian baking knowledge and improved it. They built the first commercial bakeries around 500 BC. Greek bakers created over 70 varieties of bread. Some had honey and sesame seeds. Others had cheese and herbs inside. The Greeks made bread an art form. Then the Romans took bread even further. They built massive bakeries with stone mills and large ovens. Roman law required bakers to provide bread to the city daily. The government gave free bread to poor citizens. This was called bread and circuses policy. Keep people fed and entertained, and they stay peaceful. Roman armies carried portable ovens on military campaigns. They baked fresh bread wherever they went. Bread powered the Roman Empire's expansion across Europe. But here's where things get really interesting. In medieval Europe, bread became a social marker. The type of bread you ate showed your social status. Rich people ate white bread, made from refined flour. Poor people ate dark bread, made from rye or barley. The darkest bread, made with bran and sometimes sawdust, was for the poorest. Laws even regulated who could eat which bread. Breaking these laws could get you punished. Something dramatic happened in 1789 during the French Revolution. France faced a massive bread shortage that year. The price of bread skyrocketed. Poor people couldn't afford to eat. Angry crowds marched to the palace demanding bread. When told the poor had no bread, Marie Antoinette allegedly said, "Let them eat cake." This made people furious. The bread crisis helped spark the revolution. It shows how important bread was to society. No bread meant no stability. The Industrial Revolution transformed bread production in the 1800s. Steam-powered mills could grind more flour faster than ever. New roller mills separated wheat parts more efficiently. This made white flour cheaper and available to everyone. In 1928, American inventor Otto Rohvetter created the bread slicing machine. Sliced bread hit stores in 1928. People loved it so much that we still say something great is the best thing since sliced bread. Now let's explore what modern science tells us about bread and health. Whole grain bread contains all 3 parts of the wheat kernel. The bran has fiber that helps your digestion. The germ has vitamins and healthy fats. The endosperm provides energy. Studies show that people who eat whole grain bread have lower heart disease risk. The fiber helps control blood sugar levels, too. But there's a controversy today. Some people avoid gluten because they feel better without it. About 1% of people have celiac disease. Gluten actually damages their intestines. Another 6% have gluten sensitivity. They feel bloated and tired after eating gluten. However, most people digest gluten just fine. Recent research suggests the problem might not be gluten itself. Modern wheat is different from ancient varieties. Industrial processing changes the grain's structure. Some scientists think this causes more problems than gluten alone. Today, bread faces new challenges and opportunities. Climate change threatens wheat crops worldwide. Droughts and extreme weather reduce harvests. Scientists are developing heat-resistant wheat varieties. They're also exploring ancient grains, like einkorn and emmer. These old wheat types might be easier to digest. Some people find they tolerate ancient grain bread better. Meanwhile, artisan bread making is experiencing a renaissance. Small bakeries are reviving traditional sourdough methods. Sourdough uses wild yeast and beneficial bacteria. The long fermentation makes bread more digestible. It also creates complex, delicious flavors. Many people who struggle with regular bread can tolerate sourdough. The traditional process breaks down compounds that cause problems. Technology is changing bread too. 3D printers can now print bread in custom shapes. Scientists are developing gluten-free bread that actually tastes good. They're using alternative proteins from chickpeas, lentils, and other sources. Some researchers are even making bread more nutritious. They're adding extra vitamins and minerals during processing. But bread's most important role hasn't changed in 14,000 years. It still brings people together. Every culture has its signature bread. Italians have focaccia. Indians have naan. The French have baguettes. Mexicans have tortillas. Middle Eastern people have pita. When you break bread with someone, you share more than food. You share friendship and trust. Think about this. Bread turned nomadic hunters into settled farmers. It built ancient civilizations. It fed armies and workers. It sparked revolutions when it was scarce. And today, it still sits at the center of our tables. That simple combination of flour, water, and time connects us to our ancestors. Every slice of bread you eat links you to 14,000 years of human history. So here's my question for you. What's your favorite type of bread? Do you prefer soft white bread or crusty sourdough? Toast or fresh? Share your bread stories in the comments below. I want to hear about the bread traditions in your country. And hey, did you notice? You just improved your English while learning bread's epic story. That's what we do here. If you enjoyed this journey through time, smash that like button and subscribe. We've got more delicious food histories coming your way. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and maybe grab a slice of bread. You've earned it.